Love and light. All right, I'm gonna make this video responding to the same person that I made the video about healing the past and the multiple timelines. And I've actually had several people inquire about this, trying to understand what I was saying. But this person is asking me now to further explain it because she's trying to go back and change, tell her younger self to not let her divorce happen, and also to prevent a death, I believe, also of the husband, because she can feel her telepathic connection to him. Okay. I should have said this. First of all, there are limitations to your ability to change things. What I was trying to say is that the traumas that your past self has received, those traumatized versions are being held within your consciousness in a nonlinear time space that can be accessed and healed. And as one is healed, it will in some way affect all the others. These are all aspects of you that are being held in a place beyond linear time. So that when you move yourself to a reality where you're more loving, more harmonious, more vibrational, higher vibrational, this does in fact correspond to a different set of past experiences. But the past experiences are only different from your perspective. This is vital that someone understands, that everyone understands. You cannot go back and alter everyone else's past. You can only alter your perception of the past, your experience of the past, which is huge for you. That can create you to be a whole different person. And enough of those changes can in fact move you onto a different timeline completely. Now, moving forward. Okay? We are moving to a place, as far as the telepathic connection between the husband or the ex, this of course, this is true, this is real. You are feeling this because you are starting to move to higher dimensional space where they are. Everyone that is lost, everyone that has been lost will be reunited, will be returned once one moves into unity. Once one is truly physically in the fifth dimension, this is beyond linear time. All will be returned. All soul family will be reunited. You can't actually ever lose anyone. But as far as bringing them right here, right now, to this timeline, they have their own destiny. They will meet you at a point when it is harmonious to their path, when you both can come to a point beyond duality, when your missions are achieved here, you will reunite in New Earth, in harmony. Whenever that is, dependent on each of your paths, but no one can choose it for anyone else. It is vital that everyone respect anyone's path. And it is also vital that people understand when speaking about manifestation or moving to a higher timeline or moving to a timeline that is more harmonious with your manifestations and the creations you wish to achieve. This cannot be achieved if one is attached to the results. Bashar says this all the time. This is extremely important. If you can ask for something, you can ask for anything you want. For instance, you can ask, I be reunited with this person. I love this person. I want to be reunited with this person. Move me into a timeline where this is possible, okay? You will get what you ask for, but you must allow it to come in the way that is most harmonious, not just for you, but for them and for the whole collective. We are all in this together. This is beyond any personal considerations. And someone's death point, that's a big thing. You can change your death point sometimes, but that's only when the higher self chooses it to be. The ego cannot choose it. The ego cannot say, I didn't want to die here. The ego can hold on and get stuck in the astral worlds and hold on to the personality and maybe even force reincarnation. But when I was talking about going back and resetting even deaths, which I have experienced, this is because my higher self willed it to be so. It's from the higher perspective we choose these things. It's from the soul perspective, the oversoul perspective, the monad. These things are chosen in the alignment to give us the lessons we need for the whole collective, to give us the strength and the intelligence and the wisdom that we need to help the whole collective. So again, you ask for something and you must allow it to come in the most harmonious way possible for all by staying open and unattached to a particular way that outcome needs to look, like expecting your husband to just appear because you've changed timelines, or expecting yourself to suddenly be married and not divorced because you've changed timelines. That affects so many people's, paths. It's unthinkable. It, you to you, I to think that you have come to this point now in vain, that you have made all mistakes. That is incorrect. That is incorrect. There are possible higher paths we could take, but eventually what we're doing now is moving to the higher path. That's what we're doing. It is unifying through our experience, but everyone needs the lessons they need. Everyone needs the experiences they need. You've chosen these things for a reason. You have been guided the whole time. Like me going to prison was not a mistake. And I know why it was chosen. I chose that before life. A lot of these big traumatic things are chosen before life. And there's a reason. What you need to do is know why, or at least come to a understanding of it, maybe beyond the rational mind, but within the heart. You need to come to peace and understanding with these things. You will be reunited with all that's lost, but the way to it is in love, joy, and acceptance of all that is, and recognizing the perfection that actually is here in the plan within yourself. So I hope that helps. If there's any further questions, I felt I needed to say this because I don't want you misunderstanding and actually coming into conflict. Or it sounds like you're already in conflict. You're in conflict with your current reality. That's not the way to freedom. To be in conflict with your current situation is not the way to get out of it and to transcend it. It is to recognize what you have right now, what you are touching right now. You are touching so much right now. Everything is here right now, including all those you think you've lost. The higher dimensions are here now. No, nothing is stopping you from experiencing the higher dimensions where those beings are, where all that you think you've lost is. Nothing is stopping you except your own path and like your own ego and personality. Not to say that you're doing something wrong, but it just means you'll be ready for it when you are. You can speed that process up greatly through acceptance, through surrender of the rational mind's understanding and trying to control situations, trying to force a certain outcome. Coming into acceptance, coming into the heart, feeling love, which is there right now, which is your very being, which connects you to all things now. That's the way to freedom. That's the way to power. That's the way to contentment. That's the way to fulfillment. Your higher self loves you. Your higher self will guide you to freedom, liberation, and fulfillment of all that you think you have lost. But you must trust your higher self to do so. You must open up to possibilities that you cannot imagine now. You cannot try to control it into one outcome, and certainly you cannot think that everything in your life is wrong according to your mind's understandings. We have all suffered incredible traumas. To transcend those traumas, we must understand their purpose in our lives. We must face our karma. We must face our responsibility in the decisions we made and try to understand what lessons we were meant to learn from it. I love you. Good luck.